because one of the big topics was Adam Wainwright and his musical career.
Yeah.
Adam Wainwright,
Yeah.
back for his last ride. Is he? But he was talking a lot about how he's gotten into writing songs. He performed last night in front of, I think, a few hundred people, and that was like his
How was
first
it?
big audience. I don't know how it went. I just know I didn't go.
Did you hear about any rumors that he was good?
No, but
That's
I
tough.
talked to his teammates. They said, they've seen him perform and everything, and he's pretty good. And he's written songs about his life, and he's taken it really serious. And I didn't realize this, but all the people that back him up, like when he puts out music that he's recorded in the studio session that I think a couple people wrote about, I can't remember who, but they're all like big-name musicians that tour with big-name stars. So he's got the best of the best around him. And he's real, like one of his songs, and he said they're all personal, they're all about my life. And what if you didn't leave was about his dad who wasn't in his life.
Oh, that's
like stuff like that.
Right.
I did try to pitch him Ode to an Aging Sideline Reporter, but it didn't seem to be in his wheelhouse. Now, another bad joke. Sorry, Charlie.
I
didn't think it was that bad.
All right.
Hey,
we gotta get those sponsored
now
too.
You're worried.
No, I'm just trying to read the room.
No, I didn't even make a face there.
So, but the thing I wanted to get to, because one of the big topics, and Charlie posted a lot of the sound on YouTube.
Not just sound, okay?
I'm sorry.
Video.
Hello.
Thanks to Kyle Reese, our guy.
Oh yeah, big Kyle.
He's a good guy. I'm
Great
sorry.
guy.
dude.
And he brought us
Posted the interviews.
McDonald's.
Yeah, big hands on him.
That's what I wanted to say. Posted
Big,
the
strong hands. He's like a
Construction
He
dude.
works out, with the streets and whatnot.
With the shite kickers.
So I was doing interviews separate from the group in the Bally's studio for a show that I think it airs tomorrow. I'm not even sure. So it's not, we didn't have to post it quickly. But anyway, so sometimes players talk about certain things in the group scrum, that, talk about other things with you. But apparently he was like in the group scrum and you posted this video. So, it's the last ride. That's it. It's, right? No question about it,
He
right?
said, this is it.
This
is
is
it.
Yep.
Well, in my interviews, a couple of players, I think one of them was Kiz, when I was like, you're going to be there with Waino. You guys went through it with Yachty and Albert last year, last ride. Now you got Waino. And then a couple of them said, last ride. Is it? Said the same thing.
So they know.
So I asked Waino, and Waino didn't. He said, we're not going to talk about it. And I go, no, we got a camera. There's video rolling.
Yeah.
We're going to talk
here.
about it. And he said, look, I'm not going to rule out anything, but I will not let it linger. So everyone will know what will be going on at some point during the season. So I said that verifies the fact that there's a chance you could be pitching after this season. He said, we're not going to talk about it. So he never shot down the fact that maybe this isn't the last ride.
Well, how about this? I think when we think about the Waino situation, we focus on Waino. Remember last year, the reports are that Yachty maybe didn't want to come back for the last year. But the Cardinals looked at their catching situation coming up and said, look, Kisner Herrera aren't ready.
Yeah.
And they basically lobbied Yachty to come back. Remember, the Cardinals have one pitcher under contract for 2024 that's a starter. What if the Cardinals try to bring back, as we've heard they did, Flaherty doesn't want to come back? What if Montgomery wants to hit free agency? What if Adam Wainwright has a really good year and the Cardinals go, we actually want him back
we kinda
for
need
another
him,
year, and we'll pay him $18-ish million to come back. That could also happen.
Yeah.
So I did think it was telling that on one hand he says, yep, last ride. And then when you push him, because his teammates, who obviously been talking to him, kind of let on that could be, maybe not. So we'll see with that.
Damn.
You want the truth?
How old is he, by the way?
I want the truth.
How old is he?
You can't handle the truth.
41, I believe.
How old was Nolan Ryan? How old was he his latest?
He's about 45, didn't
45.
he? 46?
46, I think.
Damn, man. Still throwing heat,
46.
too, right?
And then the Yachty thing, not only did I confirm that is true, that they kind of had to coax Yachty back, but the story I also got, and I'm not saying it's fact, but it came from a pretty good source, one source, said that Yachty said he was coming back and then didn't want to come back. which kind of hamstrung their plans, and then they had to talk him into actually coming back.
Yeah. Just make it a little bit more difficult. But what about big boy Jordan Walker?
So this guy's 20 years old.
He looks humongous.
This guy just dominated minor league pitching.
Yeah.
Just dominated. 6'4".
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big guy.
Big boy.
And John Mozeliak, because a lot of times the Cardinals, we don't want to push him. You know, we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. John Mozeliak has said, no, he'll be at spring training and he'll be given every chance to make the ball club, which for a 20-year-old, I think is sort of Mozeliak kind of stepping out of character. That's the confidence they have that this kid is the real deal. And then you take it as, you know, he's shooting up through the system, and they go, oh, by the way, you got to play outfield.
Yeah.
You know, he was a third baseman, and he was so good, they're like, we're going to put you in center. And he was good. And he can do pretty much anything they put on his plate. Anyway, I had never spoken to him before. I don't know, Charlie, if you had ever, in his young career, I know COVID got in the way where there wasn't, you know.
COVID.
But I had never spoken to him. So I was interested. Like, I can't remember a young guy who hadn't even had an inning of major league experience, me being that excited to see what he was all about. And this kid pops in our studio, and the energy level, you could feel like this guy is excited, and this guy is real. Like, it wasn't anything, okay, here's the show I got to put on for the media. This guy came in, like, you could see, just spring in his step.
I know what you mean by that.
All of a sudden, the energy level in the room went up. And I can't remember a more impressive kid, you know, with no big league experience coming in and just dominating the interview. Just dominating.
I like that, man.
So I was excited. His parents were in the VIP room, and someone pointed out, that's his parents over there. I went over and introduced myself because I was just so excited.
Where are they from?
After interviewing.
Georgia.
Yeah.
How big's his daddy?
His dad's a big dude, but he was seated. I wouldn't say he was 6'4". Yep. And it's some of his other family, not as big as Jordan. But this kid, I mean, he's 20, and he's
Maggie's boy.
And he's smiling, and he's,
I like
he's saying all the right things. I was just excited about it. To me, he won the day.
And I think John Mozeliak's comments about Jordan Walker, to me, it's not just about Jordan Walker, who they're very high on, but look, John Mozeliak took a lot of shrapnel, a lot of questions about payroll. Did you really increase payroll? Did you really try to make any more moves? He said they kicked the tires on a lefty bat, said they really weren't interested in the starting pitching market, in the shortstop market, that a lot of people had, maybe media folks had attached them to. But I think Jordan Walker is probably the key to them making a trade for pitching potentially at midseason. Remember, they traded Harrison Bader at the deadline last year. And if you're going to get pitching, maybe Walker proves himself, or he doesn't. But you could see one of these outfielders or two, if they get 100 games under their belt this year, the Cardinals have more data to say, okay, maybe it's Carlson. I don't know. Whoever they're thinking about moving, I think most people agree they have too many outfielders.
Yeah.
And if you have too many outfielders, you should trade a couple for starting pitching, which you need. And I think Jordan Walker is a big part of that conversation for potentially how they acquire pitching at the deadline.
Yep, I agree with that. And like we've talked about it before, they got a lot of guys with great potential who haven't gotten a full look, and they got probably not enough slots to give everyone a full look anyway. That's why people are saying a trade's got to come. I was talking to some former players, and they were like, yeah, we like these guys, but there's too many of them. Mm-hmm. Something's got to shake out. A trade has to be coming, and that's not even factoring in Walker. If Walker comes in at spring training and starts hitting, then you probably got to do something. You got a lot of young players who deserve a shot.
Yeah, he's a big, big boy. I saw a little bit of that. When's that going to air? Tomorrow night?
I think tomorrow night.
And you talked to Paul DeYoung too. That he's going to.
Paul DeYoung's going to come on the show.
Yeah,
yeah. Kiz is a great source. Remember,
he's our little buddy.
And in all honesty, right?
Kiz.
Like people are down on Paul DeYoung.
Yeah.
Right, because he hadn't hit in a while. I get it. So when Kiz says, no, he looks great down there, he changed his swing and everything, to me that's legitimate information. I don't want to post that because I know it's going to be like everyone's going to kill it.
Yeah, I get you.
I did.
But you killed
Charlie
it.
doesn't care about that stuff.
No. I post every single baseball conversation we have, regardless. And like Kat, you know it's coming. Like, let's be real. If you post about Mozeliak, you already know the comments that are coming. If you post about Flaherty, you already know the comments that are coming. If you post about DeYoung, you already know the comments that are coming. So if you post and the title is Paul DeYoung looks good, he's retooled his swing.
Oh, he's going to get rocked.
The negativity is just,
No doubt.
and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it because I would also be like, all right, just prove it.
Right, yeah,
Just
exactly.
prove it in the big
he
leagues.
switches swing.
Don't talk about it.
No
just
doubt.
go out there and hit.
So in full transparency, I was like, I had asked him to come on the show, and I didn't hear back. I know if we talked about it on the air, we're pretty transparent on this.
We're pretty damn transparent.
And I was like, aren't we still good, or what happened there? You didn't even text me back. And he said, basically what you said. I kind of buried my phone. I don't want to talk. I just want to do it. But he did change his swing. He got rid of the leg kick, and everyone that saw him said he looks like a different hitter. Now he's got to do it, but he said he would come on the show. So we'll have him on this week at some point.